Riot Games cuts 530 jobs and admits its ambitions far outpace the actual performance of their products. Quote, we're going back to putting games at the center of everything we do. What were you doing instead of games? It's in your name. Why were you doing anything other than games? It's in your name. This story comes to us from Spencer Bakuli over at Bounding Into Comics. Another day, another round of layoffs within the Western video game industry. This time, as League of Legends and Valorant developer Riot Games has announced that due to their eyes for expansion being far wider than their stomachs, they have chosen to right their financial issues to the tune of 530 job cuts across their entire workforce. This news was first announced in a January 22nd all-company email sent to Riot Games staff by CEO Dylan Jadea. Therein, the newly appointed company leader Jadea, only held the role since 2023, confirmed the studio would be eliminating about 530 roles globally, which represents around 11% of our workforce, with the biggest impact to teams outside of core development. As to why these cuts were necessary, Jadea explained in the most corporate of language, quote, since 2019, we've made a number of big bets across the company with the goal of making it better to be a player. We jumped headfirst into creating new experiences and broadening our portfolio and quickly grew as we became a multi-game, multi-experience company, expanding our global footprint, changing our operating model, bringing in new talent to match our ambitions, and ultimately doubling the size of Riot in just a few years. Today, we're a company without a sharp enough focus, and simply put, we have too many things underway. Some of the significant investments we've made aren't paying off the way we expected them to. Our costs have grown to the point that they're unsustainable, and we've left ourselves with no room for experimentation or failure, which is vital to a creative company like ours. All of this puts the core of our business at risk. Over the past several months, we've tried to alter our trajectory in many different ways. We asked leaders to make trade-offs in the things their teams are working on. We rolled out hiring slowdowns, and even in some cases, hiring freezes. We put an emphasis on controlling costs while strengthening our revenue growth, all of which has without a doubt been tough for our teams. But as I've dug in with leaders across Riot, it's become clear to all of us that these changes are not enough. We need to do more to focus our business and center our efforts on things that drive the most player value, the things that are truly worth players' time. Unfortunately, this involves making changes in the area where we invest the most, our headcount. Why would you invest? Okay. As part of these staffing reductions, Jadea also confirmed that Riot Games would be downsizing their dev plans for Legends of Runeterra, that due to the game not having, quote, performed as well as we needed it to, despite our best efforts, they're going to stop producing it, apparently. Likewise, he also announced that the company would be sunsetting their publishing label, Riot Forge, after the upcoming release of Bandletale, as they apparently, quote, don't view this endeavor as core to our strategy moving forward. In a follow-up statement addressed to the public, Jadea and Riot Games president Mark Merrill further detailed, quote, with today's moves, we're going to... Hold on, wait a minute. With today's moves, we're going back to putting games at the center of everything we do. Yeah, that wasn't a summation. That was real. He actually said that to the public. This is a public statement. See that? In a follow-up statement addressed to the public. Wow. What? That's something. I'm sorry. I'm a little shocked that a games company is like, by the way, we're going to go back to putting games at the center of what we do, even though it's in our name.
You serious?
I don't know. It's like going to Pizza Hut and getting your tires changed. What? Quote, our vision for the future is bold, and our commitment to our core live games, League of Legends, Valorant, Teamfight Tactics, and Wild Rift, is more ambitious than ever. We're prioritizing these teams so they can focus on the content, features, and updates that directly respond to what you've been asking for. That's the public, not the interior people, not the staff, right? That's the public they're trying to talk to. The people they just said they're going to put games at the center of everything they do again. I digress. Expect events, modes, and long-term roadmaps that lead to vibrant, hopefully multi-decade futures for these games. To this end, the pair also noted that, quote, our strategy will more tightly integrate esports, music, and entertainment with our games. Quote, as we've grown, some of our efforts have become more isolated, and we aspire to more seamlessly blend gameplay, competitive excellence, and narrative depth in ways that truly make it better to be a player. Whether it's the next hit from the company's virtual K-pop band, KDA, the story unfolding in the Netflix animated series Arcane, the intensity of a team fight tactics open. That's like an esport competition. It's like an open, like a tennis open. It's not like an open box. I suppose it could be, but it's really more about the sport. But anyway, one of a kind chills from a League of Legends World Game 5, or the electric atmosphere of a Valorant champs. Our focus is on quality, impact, and unified experiences for our players around the world. Now, I want to skip down to this note right here. They go on to be like, well, we're so good, we're doing a great job, pat us on the back. But here we go. Interestingly, this move comes shortly after Riot Games' China-based parent company, Tencent, lost roughly 424 billion US dollars in valuation following the Chinese government's December 2023 implementation of new regulations regarding predatory video game monetization mechanics and the offering of gacha mechanics to children. In other words, Tencent's bread and butter. Now, just take a look at this. Well, gee, I wonder why they're making a new strategy. I wonder why they're switching things up. Isn't that very interesting? It's a mystery why they're doing this. Putting games back at the center of what they do. I'm still like that blows my mind. Riot Games, right? It's like I said about Pizza Hut and getting your tires changed. It's nuts. What do you think about this? Feel free to hit like and subscribe, because I don't think they're done firing people over at Riot Games, music, tires, warehouse, hardware, accessories, right? Plumbing accessories from Riot Games coming soon. Maybe you can get one of those Valorant toasters. Remember the Xbox toaster? It like toasted the Xbox into your toast or whatever? That was really neat, right? That's what you wanted from your Xbox. Toast. I'll see you in the comments.